Good morning, everyone. I must start this video with a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any training in natural medicine or diet or psychology or anything. This video is a patient perspective video. If anything I say in this video inspires you to make a decision, change your path in treatment, seek a new treatment, please see a trained medical professional. I'm not giving professional medical advice in this video. On Lyme forums, Lyme disease forums, there are some phrases that people use. One of them is Lyme literate medical doctor, or for short LLMD. I have my phone is trained. When I hit LL, it automatically pops up capital L, capital M, capital D, as it learns words I frequently type. But so it got me thinking. There's the opposite of Lyme literate medical doctor. There's the Lyme illiterate, which is much of the general public. It's 2026 now, and if you live in the United States and if you don't know someone that has had Lyme disease, it's quite rare. If you live in the Northeast United States, there's areas where at least one person in each family has Lyme disease. There are some families where every member of the family has Lyme disease. RFK Jr. has Lyme disease. RFK Jr., I applaud what he's doing. He is blazing a trail. As it is, I can't remember the name of his position that Trump gave to him, but he is blazing a trail. And he is taking an angle with his job like nobody before him for decades, if not over a century. And I find him a very, very interesting guy. But so he has talked about Lyme disease quite a bit. But like at work, I'm just really open. I've told quite a few of my coworkers I battle with chronic Lyme disease. The three owners of the business, I've told them three, and it's like, if I'm sick every once in a while, it's likely because of Lyme disease. I've probably told at least half of my coworkers, brought it up in the lunchroom. One of my coworkers, Mark, one of the machinists, he has Lyme disease. Years ago, he was in the hospital for a week for Lyme disease because he was so sick from it. But so back to the Lyme illiterate, which is, like I said, the general population. Must have been, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe 6 or 7. I was restarting taking my natural medicine antibiotic. The one that I started taking, excuse me for burping, November of 2020 is called Crypto Plus. Sorry, I'm driving. I don't have it. I have it in my bag. I'm not going to dig it out while I'm driving. And it just entered the market, I think, late summer or fall of 2020. And I believe the formula was developed by the University of Pennsylvania. My doctor told me this one perfectly matches your co-infections. And so you know, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, I restart taking Crypto Plus, because I take it for a month or 2 or 3, maybe 4, and then until I'm feeling really good, and then I stop taking it. And sometimes, well, it costs, $80 a bottle, and then I'll stop taking it, and I'll see, it'll slowly wear off, and the Lyme symptoms will very slowly come back. But I stopped taking it on purpose because it's expensive, and my doctor kept telling me you can't be on antibiotics all of the time the rest of your life. And so I had restarted taking it. There was a little bit left in the bottom of the last bottle I was taking, and this one Monday morning, I didn't know how many drops. I was tired, and I just poured the rest of the bottle out into my little 2-ounce plastic cup. And so I normally would take 40 drops of it. I must have poured out 60, 70, 80 drops of it. And I go to work, and then I get nausea. And then I get so much nausea that I have to leave work early. I think that morning I left work at like 10:30 or 11. And then my coworker Greg gets mad at me, and he says, "Go see a doctor." And it's like, okay, we do have health insurance through the factory. I haven't used it, and there might be a Lyme literate doctor in the network. There might not. But even or a Lyme specialist, and but even a Lyme specialist, they're basically tied down by big pharma if they work for any hospital at all. And whether a Lyme specialist would be trained or knowledgeable in natural medicine, antibiotic would be a surprise to me. Excuse me. And but it just, it's people that just don't understand. And then okay, another issue with people with Lyme disease. It's pretty common once they get Lyme, they start to develop food intolerances. Food intolerances to where they get inflammation if they eat wheat, dairy, or sugar. And this might not be as big of a problem if a person is in Europe, because the food over there is in better quality than it is in the United States. But Anyway, that's just an opinion, but there's a condition called leaky gut. Leaky gut is something that some scientists think is caused by a commonly used weed killer on farms. That a product that came out in the 70s, I'm not going to name it, you have heard of it, and they think that something in this weed killer damages the digestive system, and then people develop food intolerances. So say if so I eat rice, I cook long grain, I try to get organic, but long grain brown rice, and then I cook wild rice, and then I mix it with I think it's a Bertolli spaghetti sauce that doesn't have any sugar in it, because I've been off sugar now for 23 months. And but say if my rice spoiled, you know, I bring my food to work with me. Say if my rice had spoiled, you know, the rice that I had brought to work with me had spoiled, and then I start to get sick from it, and I need to eat because, well, I have blood sugar issues also. You know, someone might say, well, why don't you just go get a burger and that. And it's like, oh, well, I could eat the meat, I can't eat the bun. Lyme illiterate is just, I'd say, a vast understanding of what? I'm sorry. A vast misunderstanding of what people with Lyme disease deal with. I was in one of my Lyme flare-ups, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, or 9 years ago, and I was sharing messages with my brothers. My 5 brothers and I have these chain group text messages. It's titled 6 B's because all 6 of us, our first name starts with the letter B. And I was frustrated because I was tired from a Lyme, I was in a Lyme flare-up, and one brother says, well, drink coffee. And I says, well, I already drink coffee. And then he says, well, drink more. And I says, well, I already drink as much as I can without it disrupting my sleep. And then so the person with Lyme, they keep coming up with these answers, and they sound like they are coming up with excuses when they are not coming up with excuses. It's the people around them that don't know what it's like to deal with Lyme disease that are the Lyme illiterate. And I stopped for the first time. I got food from a Chick-fil-A restaurant off of Snelling Avenue. I don't know if it was St. Paul or Maplewood, Minnesota here. And I was impressed. There was a long line at the drive-thru. The inside of the restaurant was busy. The restaurant was clean. The energy level was high and positive. And I told the nice young lady, she was probably in high school, a nice, cute young lady, that I ordered a chicken sandwich or chicken burger, not breaded. And I said, because I asked for gluten-free, and she asked if the reason for gluten-free was just a preference or a dietary need. And then I answered, I have Lyme disease, it's a dietary need. And she hit a button on the food ordering thing there. So I don't know if their company does like a cert, tracks information, I don't know. Cute little Honda Fit, the same color as my little blue Yaris I'm driving right now, medium dark blue. Anyway, it's there's a lot of things that people without Lyme disease don't understand. I read on Lyme forums, people posting things like, I've been fighting this for 2 years or 5 years or 9 years, and I'm ready to give up. I'm done. There's other people that post their family has abandoned them, they lost their job, they're homeless, or they're homeless living in their car. It's really, really a shame. And then people say, well, you're faking it. You're faking it. And that's coming from the Lyme illiterate, people that do not understand this disease, and or they don't care. They don't want this sick person to drag them down. And just a real big shame that this happens. What was it? 2014. My Lyme diagnosis was June 20th, 2013. Is when I got the phone call. They says, yeah, boy, your test was positive for Lyme. And then I started going downhill. I started getting the heart pains. August of 2014. I think I was eating too much chocolate back then. I was eating, for quite a few years, I was eating Dove bars almost every day. Probably shouldn't have eaten that. Excuse me for burping. And I was going downhill. The winter of 2014, 2015. And March of 2015, I was driving my 2009 Ranger, and it had seals. 2 of the 3 axle seals, the rear axle of that truck, were leaking, and I had bought another axle that I was going to put in my 2004 Ranger, and my brother, I posted that on Facebook, and my brother Ben says, bring it down to my place and we'll swap it there. And my brother Ben, he probably did 2/3 or 3/4 of the work, but I was really sick from Lyme disease. That was, I don't know if that was February or March of 2015, but yeah, I don't remember all of it. My brother Blaine helped me build a shelf for a couple hours in my storage. I think that one was August of 2014. But trying to get people to help is kind of like trying to get pulling teeth, because they don't understand. People understand cancer. Oh, cancer. Boy, oh no, Boyd's got cancer. Boy, that's terrible. People take the word cancer seriously. They don't. Most people don't take the word Lyme disease seriously. But people have compared a battle with Lyme disease as being equal to a battle with cancer. And yeah, I remember my doctor, my Lyme literate doctor, Dr. Chris Foley, who was based out of the Twin Cities. I remember him telling me that one of his patients, a guy in Hudson, Wisconsin, got Lyme disease and he was dead in a year. His wife also got Lyme disease. And there's some people that they just don't have an immune system strong enough to fight it off. And then years later, he told me there's some people that have an immune system strong enough that any Lyme infection that comes their way, their immune system just kills it off. So there's some people that can go out in the woods and cut down trees, walk through tall grass, come in the house and pick multiple ticks off of their body, and they never get sick from it. And it's fortunate for them, but I got this between 81 and 83, because I remember my junior year, because I graduated in 1985. I remember my junior year school, I was in a special class for kids that had traumas and stuff and emotional problems. And I remember telling that teacher, she was a teacher / psychologist, I remember complaining to her about my neck being stiff and having trouble sleeping and having trouble having a pillow in the right position. Well, the neck stiffness, the neck pains, that's one of the symptoms of one of the co-infections of Lyme disease. So yeah, I was in her class, no credits. I was in her class 83, 84. So I got Lyme disease infection sometime 81, 82, 83. Well, maybe, I guess it's possible, spring of 84. But in Minnesota, it was just beginning, Lyme disease was just beginning to trickle into the knowledge of it was just beginning to trickle into, doctors and nurses started learning about it. Sorry, I forget words. This is common for me with Lyme disease. I forget words. I have trouble focusing. I don't speak well. But anyway, I'm almost at work. I'm just about a mile from work. And thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.